Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Legal Matters, Qanuni Mashwara. I'm here to discuss legal issues and anything to do with immigration or litigation or representation. अब आपको ये भी बताते चलें अगर आपका कोई कॉल आप हमें कांटेक्ट करें तो कोशिश ये करें जो पीछे की जो साउंड हो जो टेलीविज़न के उसे कम रखें अब उसमें हमारे से कोई इंटरफेरेंस नहीं हमारे स्टूडियो से. सेकंड ऑफ ऑल आपने बहुत सारे हमें ईमेल्स भेजे थे और उसे ऑब्वियसली वी कांट आंसर देम ऑन टेलीविजन बिकॉज हम चाहते हैं वो प्राइवेटली आपको उसके हम जवाब देते हैं और वो ईमेल के थ्रू जवाब आपको वापस मिलते हैं. एंड एज यूजुअल माय कॉलीग विल बी जॉइनिंग विद मी ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म टू डिस्कस द लीगल issues regarding immigration or litigation and representation. Welcome Shahid to the program.
Thank you.
Shahid Sahab, obviously because of the time we have a number of calls and obviously time is always one of the issues we face with. So let's just discuss. हमने last time के program अपने views को ये बताया था that the £18,600 that was the Court of Appeals decision was upheld. Now a number of applications, some estimated about 4,000 applications have been in the pipeline.
Yes.
The government those that don't meet the criteria, the UKBA border agency, they're going to be disappointed.
That's right, they'd be disappointed, but the Court of Appeal has given a right of appeal to the Supreme Court for all these people who are relying on this decision. So although at present this is the law, but this could still be challenged in the Supreme Court. Yes.
So Shah Sahab, obviously let's just discuss this. Wait, a number of times हमारे जो program में हमने लोगों को बताया that the financial requirement is a very important one. That's the threshold set by the UKB border agency. So that's what they should be aiming towards. Now अगर कोई people in the past said look £15,000 की हमारी salary बनती है or 16, let's just try it. कुछ लोगों ने इस तरह के application डाल दिए. Obviously we can't comment on that और हम तो ये कहेंगे that कोशिश करो जो 18,600 की थी उसी पे आप meet करें because that's the requirement. तो this like you just talking about that is Court of Appeal में इसे reject हो चुकी है and government की stance has been upheld. If it does go to Supreme Court, that's going to be many months. We're looking 6 months down the line if we're lucky.
That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it took a while for us to get to where we are now. I mean, Court of Appeal decision has been pending for many months, and it's only now that they've actually reviewed and considered this decision of whether 18,600 was legal and correct in terms of asking the people to make that financial criteria, and that's what's been upheld to be. So it's looking like that once it goes to appeal to Supreme Court, chances are it will take similar amount of time before we hear anything.
I think generally speaking is that views को हम ये बताते चलेंगे that the financial requirement is 18,600 because that's the law as it stands. They must complete and comply to that. Supreme Court may obviously this is a challenge going through. Just moving away, there's a number of changes likely to happen in tier 1 entrepreneurial जो ये changes आने वाली और हम अपने views को ये बताएंगे जब changes आएंगे हम इसी on Hidayat TV we'll be the first to let the people know some of the changes.
Sure.
And like we were discussing previously, so जैसे tier 1 tier 2 है उसकी जो indefinite leave जिसे होती है remain ILR. I mean they have to complete the 5 years, and there's some changes already taking place.
That's right. I mean, the UKB has again said that there's been widespread fraud in some of these applications where people were showing that they are working as entrepreneurs, but they were holding second jobs and were not really spending time on their businesses. So they've tightened up those applications and now require more documentary evidence. Like you have to genuinely show that you are working for the business, and you will be barred from actually gaining or holding any further employment if you're on entrepreneur visa.
I think that just the entrepreneurial visa, obviously the most important thing is that not only that they have to meet to the strict criteria, the marketing strategy, the business plan, that is going to be
highly scrutinized.
Highly scrutinized and taken into depth. Now previously people just thought just run one off going to copy karke and
that's right,
put it into the application. Those have been turned down by the UKB border agency.
Absolutely. Not just the fact that they said that this is not a genuine thought after
Yeah.
business plan is just been lifted from some business plan website, but also if people have been putting application as joint partners,
Yeah.
they have separately interviewed them and found that neither of the two partners, their stories were coherent
Yeah.
in terms of moving forward their business strategy, and obviously that's been used again as a reason for turning down or refusing entrepreneur applications.
So again, we're just going to say, look, for the spouse visa, 18,600, that is a requirement. Additional 3,800 for each
The
of the
first
child,
child,
first
first
child,
child.
and additional 2,400 subsequent child.
That's
That
right.
is the rules as it stands.
Yes, it's all been upheld here.
Yeah, it's everything. So
Across
व्यूज़
the
को ये
board.
बता दें that जो अभी जो आप देख रहे होंगे 18,600 का जो था requirement, financial requirement, वो अभी that's how it stands. और जो पहला बच्चा होगा 3,800, उसके बाद जो next child होगा, which is not an EU child, it will be 2,400. That's the whole package as it is. Financial requirements will be exactly the same, and similar for the savings criteria. 2.5 times the amount which is expected from your savings amount, from the
Yes.
£16,000 your day. Now let's just talk about the financial requirements, exemptions, Yodionsky, some of the people who may not require the 18,600. I just would like लोगों को refresh करने की. And last time we did mention, हमने जो mention करा था, that उस पे जो disability living allowance पर they don't need to meet the financial requirement. That stands as it is, as we're talking.
That's right, yeah. So if you're suffering from some kind of a disability which then stops you from actually obtaining or gaining gainful employment, then that shouldn't be an obstacle on you to bring your spouse over. So there are certain exemptions to that financial requirement, and
those people are under disability living allowance we're talking about.
They are clearly
Yeah.
one of the
So they have to be on the high rates of the benefit receiving.
I mean, just for the sake of being on disability benefit allowance means that you're not able to actually have another employment, which then stops you from reaching 18,600. So, it's not so much of higher or lower. It just, if it stops you from gaining another employment, and then that's ought to be enough.
Call से लेते हैं, शामिल करते हैं. Hello.
Hello,
Ji.
can I ask a question, please?
Yes, you can. Who's calling and where from?
My name is Ashraf. I'm calling from Slough.
Okay, Mr. Ashraf, welcome to the program. Ji Janab, can we have your question?
Right, I just want to have a question saying that, I got my indefinite in July 2012.
Yeah.
And my baby was born in February 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the nationality this year in March. So do I have to apply for the child for registering her first, or do I have to just straight away apply for the passport?
Okay.
And my second question is, my wife came into this country on a points-based system in April 2009, and she changed her visa on a dependent in 2013, April 2013. So when her what's her time for applying for an indefinite, please?
Okay. For the wife, yeah? Thank you.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. We got your question, Shobai. Thank you for your question. Our program was going to inshallah आपको जवाब देंगे within the program. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Obviously हम views से ये कहेंगे that अगर आपकी कोई question है, please call us and we'll be more than happy to take your call. जी एक और कॉल आ रही है, इसे शामिल करते हैं. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. कौन कहाँ से?
Sorry?
Who's calling? From where?
I'm just Prabjot from Northampton.
Sorry, what's your name?
Prabjot.
Okay, thank you for calling, Prabjat. Can we have your question?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My husband applied for a UK spouse visa from India last year.
Yep.
We just found out it's been refused because we didn't meet the income threshold.
Yep.
Just want to ask whether I'm able to appeal.
Okay, it's about the income one, yeah? And this is a spouse one?
Yeah.
Okay, and when did you get refusal?
It was earlier this week, Monday.
Okay, right, okay. Okay, no worries. Keep watching the programme. We'll give you a an explanation as to what can be done, and we'll explain to you what your possibilities you have. So thank you for your call. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome. Again, a number of questions we're going to be talking with these issues regarding the financial requirements. But एक और कॉल आ रही है, इसे शामिल करते हैं. Hello.
हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम. बात करना है.
जी वालेकुम. कौन कहाँ से?
जी लंदन से बोल रही हूँ, साइमा.
Okay, welcome to the program, Saima. आपकी टीवी पीछे चल रही है. I'm getting feedback. तो आप ज़रा सी टीवी की आवाज़ कम करेंगी ना, so we can hear your question then.
ठीक है जी, मैं दूसरी जगह चली.
Okay. आप अपना सवाल बताएं, मैं क्वेश्चन बताएं.
जी क्वेश्चन ये है कि 14 साल की बेस पे मिला है.
Okay.
तो 13 में मिला था. तो नेचुरलाइजेशन के लिए कब अप्लाई करना है, मेरा एक ये सवाल है. और दूसरा ये सवाल है कि अगर डिसेबिलिटी कोई ले रहा हो, लॉस उसने केयर रखा और जो केयर है उसके पास काम करने की तो इजाज़त है और वो अलाउंस वो ले सकता है, केयर अलाउंस उस डिसेबल पर्सन से ले सकता है, यानी गवर्नमेंट उसको पे कर सकती है. ये मेरे दो क्वेश्चन हैं.
As a carer, yeah? Carer के अलाउंस.
वो डिसेबल जो पर्सन है,
ठीक है,
उससे वो ले सकता है. ये दो क्वेश्चन है. अगर कुछ और पूछना है तो पूछ लीजिए.
No, ठीक है. आपका क्वेश्चन हमारे पास आ गए. Thank you for that. आपको फुल अभी एक्सप्लेन करते हैं. तो कीप वाचिंग द प्रोग्राम. हम आपको इंशाल्लाह प्रोग्राम का इसी प्रोग्राम में जवाब देंगे. Thank you very much.
जी जज़ाकल्लाह. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I think clearly from the outset, one of the एक और कॉल आ रही है, इसे शामिल कर लेते हैं. Hello. Hello. जी आप अपनी टेलीविज़न की आवाज़ ज़रा कम कर दें प्लीज़. फिर आपका क्वेश्चन हमारे पास आएगा. आप अपना नाम बताएंगे, कौन कहाँ से?
मोहम्मद बोल रहा हूँ.
क्या नाम?
मोहम्मद बोल रहा हूँ.
ओके, थैंक यू. आप अपना क्वेश्चन बताएंगे?
ये सवाल ही करना था कि जो डिसेबिलिटी होती है जिनके पास और हायर रेट अगर हो उनके पास, तो क्या वो किसी को बाहर से कैरर बुला सकते हैं या नहीं?
ओके.
पहला सवाल. अच्छा, सवाल का जो जवाब हो मुख्तसर हो, लेकिन इसके अंदर ये हेलो आप
जी मैं सुन रहा हूँ. सॉरी, हम आपका क्वेश्चन है ये आई कैन हियर यू.
तो अगर उसकी बीवी जो है पाकिस्तान में,
ठीक है, ठीक है, वाइफ उनकी पाकिस्तान में,
अगर किसी की बीवी किसी के शख्स वो डिसेबल है और हाई रेट पर है
जी, और
उसकी बीवी जो है वो लाहौर में है, तो क्या वो अपनी बीवी को बुला सकता है या नहीं?
जी जनाब.
क्योंकि कानून ये कहता है कि बहुत सारी चीजें जो है आउटसाइड दी इमिग्रेशन रूल होती है, लेकिन कोर्ट इसकी परमिशन देता है कि वो किसी को बुला सकता है.
ठीक है.
मतलब मेरा कि क्या इन लोगों को जो डिसेबल लोग हैं, क्या उनके पास अगर लीगल एड ना हो तो किसी लॉ सेंटर पर जाएं या नहीं जाएं?
ठीक है.
आपको होम ऑफिस वाला कहता है कि नहीं, आप किसी को स्पॉन्सर नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन कोर्ट के अंदर एवरी आवर कानून चेंज होता है, लेकिन डिसेबिलिटी के लिए कानून चेंज नहीं हो सकता है. तो मुझे इसका मुख्तसर सा जवाब दे दीजिए, मैं बड़ा ममनून होऊंगा आपका. ठीक है,
शुक्रिया. खुदा हाफिज़. थैंक यू फॉर क्वेश्चन. आपको क्वेश्चन आ गया है और इंशाल्लाह हम आपको प्रोग्राम में जवाब देंगे. सो कीप वाचिंग द प्रोग्राम. देयर इज नंबर ऑफ इश्यूज. ये दिस इज अ क्राइटेरिया, दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यही तो इसी वजह से हम डिस्कशन ये करें दैट द फाइनेंशियल रिक्वायरमेंट जो है इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन. और अभी recently was challenged, it did go to court में चली गई थी, and now it's going to be going to Supreme Court जो होगी. मगर अभी 18,600 is the rate. हमें exemptions की बात ये कर रहे थे, शायद we were just discussing that. I think एक और कॉल आ रही है, उसे लेते हैं, फिर हम आगे फिर बात करते हैं. हेलो जी, वालेकुम सलाम. कौन कहाँ से? हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम. कौन कहाँ से?
जी मैं रमन बोल रही हूँ इधर इस्लाम से.
ओके.
तो मतलब मेरा ये सवाल है कि मेरी एक फ्रेंड है
जी,
तो वो वहाँ पे मतलब इधर स्टूडेंट आई थी 2010 में. तो अभी जैसे वो लिविंग टुगेदर है, उसके जैसे पार्टनर है वो ब्रिटिश है इधर, तो उनके अभी बेबी हुआ है रिसेंटली. तो उनको जैसे यहाँ पे मिल जाएगी स्टे वगैरह, मतलब बेबी के बेस पे.
अच्छा, तो वो शादीशुदा नहीं है, नॉट मैरिड? या पार्टनर है?
मैरिड नहीं है जी, पार्टनर है, तो बेबी जैसे उनका हुआ है.
ओके, ठीक है
जी.
ओके, थैंक यू. आपका क्वेश्चन हमारे पास आ गई और इंशाल्लाह आपको प्रोग्राम में जवाब देंगे. सो कीप वाचिंग द प्रोग्राम. थैंक यू फॉर योर क्वेश्चन. शुक्रिया आपका. ओके, वेलकम. जी obviously शायद we were just discussing हमारा यही discussion चल रहा था अभी about the financial requirement that is important and उसमें ये होता है exemptions जो होती है ना those are only for people on disability living allowance. I think there's a call आ रही है उससे लेते हैं. Hello? No, call drop हो गई, it doesn't matter. Yes. So the exemptions will be on the disability living allowance and a person on
the exemptions are to do with financial
criteria. Financial,
it doesn't excuse or exempt you from meeting the life in UK test or the English language
that's something वो मैं भी आ रहा था उस पे but obviously आपने touch कर दिया that's very good.
Right, yeah.
But one of the key things that people on these industrial injury disability जो didn't benefit they're also included into this and those people on carers allowance
as well, yes.
So the criteria is very much on those people, financial requirement on those people who are receiving these benefit can be exempted.
Yes.
And this is what we're trying to say to the viewers उनको बताना चाह रहे हैं मगर उसके बारे में हमने जो mention करा था which you just alluded to was that anybody who's got exemptions in financial doesn't mean he will be exempt from the life in UK test. That is a must. So viewers को बताएंगे that अगर आपका कोई इस तरह का situation है you still be required by the UKB border agency to take the test and pass that test. Life in UK test. This is very important. Again, इसके बारे में आपको अगर कोई मज़ीद information चाहिए आप off air भी हमसे ले सकते हैं and we can provide you further details on how to help you in this matter. Just coming back to this, Shahid, the Life in UK test. Obviously, उन्होंने थोड़ा सा और उसे सख्त बना दिया because obviously now it isn't just a Life in UK test, but it's that listening and hearing one as well, which you have to give that examination.
That's right. As
the language is speaking one.
Speaking the language and obviously being able to communicate and listen what the other person is saying. It was found that some of the people, their level of speaking or listening wasn't up to standard, so they've tightened up the criteria on that. And moving forward, I mean, the way the government stance is.
Sorry, call is a drop. Okay.
Right, no problem. I mean, moving forward, I think the criteria is likely to become even harder and more stricter. There'll be more questions. I mean, it's if you look at the Life in UK test and the level of knowledge or information expected of it, some of the natives, even they struggle to answer those questions.
Critical. And there's a minimum of you'd be expected A1 to B1 level.
Yeah,
and this is that is the most important between the A1 test and the B1, and that's what the level will be expected. अभी हम थोड़ा सा break की तरफ जाने वाले हैं फिर इंशाल्लाह break के बाद जब आएंगे तो we'll continue with the questions and answers जो भी कॉल आए अगर आपकी कोई कॉल आ रही है then please break के बाद contact करें because obviously we're going to be moving towards a break और इंशाल्लाह आपको थोड़ा सा और discuss करेंगे this entrepreneurial visa पे business visa पे इस पे भी discuss करेंगे अगर time permit करेगा और इंशाल्लाह break के बाद अभी आते हैं so keep watching Hidayat and we'll be back very shortly.